And now we're live here from Hyde Stadium as the Pierre Trappers take on the Western Nebraska Pioneers for the first of a three-game series against the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Not too much time as we'll jump straight into the starting lineups first for the visiting Western Nebraska Pioneers. They'll lead things off with the designated hitter, number 7, Eric Smelko. Batting second, the right fielder, number 20, Alex Zerfis. Batting third, the catcher, number 21, Jake English. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 22, JT Walden. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 3, Jared Mazzaferro. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 15, John Simrot. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 16, John Ponder. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 1, Kellen Rutz. Batting ninth, the third baseman, number 2, Antonio Nanez. And on the mound for the Pioneers tonight will be number 39, and Hayden Mulva. Meanwhile, for the Pierre Trappers, returning home for the first time in 9 games, they'll lead things off with the center fielder, number 5, Andrew Kim. Batting second, the left fielder, number 1, Richie Williams. Batting third, the right fielder, number 24, Jacob Griffin. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 13, Brendan Perez. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 30, Colin Adams. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 20, Cole Yancey. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 27, Garrett Hill. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 23, Brock Reinhardt. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 19, Spencer Weston. On the mound for the Trappers tonight will be Adrian Lopez. We're just moments away from the national anthem and first pitch in game 1 of this 3-game in 2-day series against the Western Nebraska Pioneers. A reminder, a doubleheader tomorrow. Start first pitch for the first game at 5:35. With the second game starting 30 minutes after the end of game number 1. Both games tomorrow will be 7 innings, so this is the final 9-inning game this season between the Pioneers and the Trappers. We'll take a short break for the national anthem and be back here for a first pitch between the Western Nebraska Pioneers and the Pierre Trappers.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you now please stand and remove as cover as we honor our nation's color and honor those who gave their lives for our freedom, those still deployed and those who have returned safely. Those in attendance are reminded that proper respect is to remove any headgear and stand at attention with your hand over your heart. Retired military and active duty personnel out of uniform may salute the flag. Tonight's anthem is being performed by Alyssa Taylor.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's ringing, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, St. Anne's night star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, the national anthem has been sung, and that means it's time to play ball here from Hyde Stadium as the Western Nebraska Pioneers and Pierre Trappers take each other on for the first of a 3-game series. One game today, the final 9-inning game between these two teams this season before a doubleheader tomorrow. Both games will be 7 innings after a postponement the last time that the Pioneers were supposed to come to town. First pitch about to get underway before the Trappers will take the field defensively. Trappers this season sit at 15-37 with a 6-17 mark in the second half. Pioneers enter as the first half champions. They sit at 34-18 with an 11-10 mark in the second half. They've had a less than ideal start to the second half, but it doesn't matter for the Pioneers as they've already punched their tickets to the 2021 Expedition League playoffs. No such luck for the Trappers as with their loss last night, mathematically eliminated from playoff contention, and they'll have to wait for the 2022 season to make their playoff debut. So now taking the field are the Pierre Trappers. We'll take a look at the defensive lineup for the Trappers and the batting order one more time. For the Trappers defensively, they'll have Richie Williams in left field, Andrew Kim in center, Griffin in right, Hill at third, Yancey at shortstop. The second baseman will be Spencer Weston. The first baseman is Perez, and behind the plate, Brock Reinhardt. Taking a look at the Western Nebraska batting order one more time, they'll go with the DH Smelko, then the right fielder Zerfis, the catcher English, the left fielder Walden, the shortstop Mazzaferro, the first baseman Simrot, the center fielder the center fielder Ponder, the second baseman Rutz, and the third baseman Nanez will round things out. Starting pitcher for the Trappers tonight will be Adrian Lopez, making his 8th start of the season. He has a 1-4 mark with a 6.69 ERA. In 10 games, 7 starts, in 43 innings pitched, 41 walks, 30 strikeouts. In his last appearance back on July 22nd against the Mining City Tommyknockers, pitched in 4 innings, allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, walking 7 batters, striking out 3. We'll look for a much better ratio tonight against the Pioneers. Lopez did end up taking the losing decision in that game against the Tommyknockers. So Lopez will have his battery with Brock Reinhardt taking on Smelko, Zerfis, and English, the DH right fielder and catcher for the Pioneers. As we are just about set for first pitch in Game 1 between the Pios and the Trappers. One more time, the final 9-inning game between these two teams this season. It has been a split 4 games so far, 7 scheduled games between the Trappers and the Pioneers, with the first game series split between the Trappers and Pioneers before the Pios swept the next 2-game series. To currently lead the season series between the Pios and the Trappers 3-1 as Eric Smelko will step into the batter's box, batting .350 on the season. Will lead things off here against the Trappers. Adrian Lopez, wind-up kick and fire on a pitch that's called a strike, and the Trappers operating that under that first strike mentality, and that's what they'll start off with today. Strike number 1 to Adrian Lopez. A scorcher for the second day in a row. Both first pitches yesterday, and Spearfish as a high pop fly is hit into center field. 3 players after it, and diving for it will be Andrew Kim in center field for the first out of the inning. A bit of danger as 3 Trappers converged on it. They do end up finally making the play. So Alex Zerfis will be the next to grab a bat, batting .333 on the season. Had a good series in Sioux Falls, going 2 for 4, batting .500 against the Sunfish. First pitch will go high and away for ball number 1. So a 1-0 count. The Pioneers going to be wearing their bright red uniforms, gray pants, red socks as well. The 1-0 will run inside and hit the batter in Zerfis right on that Expedition League logo above the numbers, as the first runner will get on for the Pioneers via the hit by pitch. So Smelko reached via they fly out to, Smelko flew out to center field. Zerfis then getting hit by the pitch, one away and one on. Lopez looks into the new batter in English as the pitch will be taken high for a ball. English, the Power 5 talent out of Kansas, part of the Big 12 conference, but in the near future, unsure if the Big 12 will continue to be a conference with some realignment in the works in the near future. First pitch swinging hit to center field that will drop in front of Andrew Kim. And the Pios play station to station. First base hit of the ball game will belong to Jake English as it pushes Alex Zerfis into scoring position. So it'll bring up the dangerous hitting JT Walden. 5 home runs and 47 RBIs on the year. His 6th home run would go for RBI number 50 with 2 runners aboard. Pios with the bright red uniforms with Pioneers and a red, white, and blue American flag style word mark on the front. Blue and white stripes on the sleeves. They're going to be wearing black caps today with a white W and a red N with a bright red brim, as that first pitch will be fouled off for strike number 1. Trappers today will be wearing white pants with a navy blue stripe down the side, navy blue belts, navy blue tops, white piping on the sleeves and down the center. Gold script Trappers word mark on front with a gold script number on the back and on the front left of the uniform. Navy blue caps with a white P and a gold brim. Runner takes off for third base. The throw into third. Throw is in time, but no tag is made by the third baseman in Hill, as that will be a double steal on the ball. Zerfis gets to third base. English will get to second. 2 runners now in scoring position for the left fielder Walden. Top of the first inning, no score. Currently the Pios towards the bottom half of the standings in the second half, as that pitch will run high and outside for ball 2. Pioneers sit 4th place in the Clark division in the second half of the season with an 11-10 mark. They are 4-6 in their last 10 games. After winning the first half of the season with a 23-8 record, it's fair to say things have not been going the same way for the Pios, as that pitch will also miss 3 balls and 1 strike. Trappers, meanwhile, sit in 6th place in the Clark division standings at 6-17. 10 games back on the division leading Fremont Moo, as a high pop fly will be hit to center field once more. Kim chasing after it. This could be a tough position as well, and dropping that ball will be Spencer Weston, who thought he could cover it. In to score is the runner from third, and Alex Zerfis. So although it was a mistake by the Trappers, nothing technically touched glove. It landed in the field cleanly. So it will land as a base hit. So an RBI single for JT Walden will drive home the first run of the ballgame. 1-0, as it will bring up the next batter in Jared Mazzaferro. One run already across. First pitch to Mazzaferro, swung on and popped high over to the first base side. After it and reaching up to make the catch is Perez. No tag from the runner at third. So that will go for out number 2. Simrat steps up to the plate. Another Kansas Jayhawk product. Runners still at second and third after the pop out to the first baseman. First pitch misses from Adrian Lopez for ball number 1. Lopez being joined in the team by another member of the same last name, Bryce Lopez, a recent addition to the team, no relation. And now 2 Lopez's on the team. 1-0 pitch will miss low for ball 2. How did Walden get the second base? 2-0, big swing and a miss by Simrot for strike number 1. Simrot, the starting first baseman today. So a 2-1 count. Lopez, a high kick and fire on a pitch that will catch the strike zone on the outside part of the plate. Count will run to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Taking a look at around the Expedition League scoreboard. All 12 teams in action today. Only one game yet to get underway. That's between Sioux Falls and Spearfish, expected to get started in about 20 minutes. 2-2 on the way. On a check swing low in the dirt, a peel down, no swing, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count will go full with 2 away here in the top of the first. Umpires in today's ball game are Alex Shoemaker in the field and Matt Beaver behind the plate. Payoff pitch on the way from Adrian Lopez to John Simrot. Stands up straight on the mound. Now the high kick and fire on a pitch that will be fouled off down the third baseline and fielded by the Pioneers' third base coach. Count will remain full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1-0 Pios here in the top of the first after an early lead off the RBI base hit by JT Walden, the left fielder. When the Trappers come up to bat, it would be Kim, Williams, and Griffin due up. Lopez, another high kick and deal, and another pitch fouled off, working the pitch count up. Taking a look at around the Expedition League scoreboard, some early scores. Top of the first inning, Tommyknockers and Big Sticks, probably the biggest series of the season for any team, as both of those teams are fighting to take on the Souris Valley Saberdogs in the Lewis Division playoffs. Top of the third from Duncan Field and Hastings Fremont, as there's a fly ball hit into center field. Kim chasing after it. That will drop for a base hit. Into score is English, and Walden's right behind. Into second base with a stand-up double will be John Simrot. Ball gets away. Simrot maybe had a route to third, but will play it safe and stay at second base. So English comes in from third. Walden will score from second base, as it's now 3-0 in favor of the Pioneers. An early lead for the first half division champs. So it'll bring up Ponder out of Georgia State, playing for the Panthers. Trappers have a lot of work to do in the bottom of the first inning, as they now trail by 3. Pitch will miss high for ball 1. One 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball that will miss well inside for ball 2. One of the slower pitches we've seen today from Adrian Lopez in his first inning of work, as he's already given up 3 runs. High pop fly in foul territory yet again. Perez calls for it, will reach up, and for the second time this inning, the Pios out on a ball into foul territory, caught by the first baseman, Brendan Perez. So 3 runs come across this inning, all of them earned against Adrian Lopez off 3 base hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base for the Pioneers. We'll be back for the bottom of the first inning. Trappers will look to respond with Kim, Williams, and Griffin due up when we come back.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators, Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Back for the bottom of the first inning, we'll take a look at the Trappers batting order one more time and the defensive order for the Western Nebraska Pioneers. First defensively for the Pios, Walden will be in left, Ponder in center, Surface in right, Nanez at third, Mazzaferro at short, Rutz at second, Simrod at first, Mulva on the mound with English behind the plate. For the Trappers, they'll have Kim, the center fielder, leading off, then the left fielder, Williams, the right fielder, Griffin, the first baseman, Perez, the DH, Adams, the shortstop, Yancey, the third baseman, Hill, the catcher, Reinhardt, and the second baseman, and Weston round things out. Leading things off for the Trappers will be Andrew Kim out of the University of Illinois, the Big Ten talent for the Pierre Trappers. Had a bit of a reunion with one of the baseball operations interns in Spearfish, as he was also a student at the University of Illinois, as that first pitch will be called a strike on the inside part of the plate. From the starting pitcher for the Western Nebraska Pioneers, Hayden Mulva, who's making his first start of the season. Pitch will run inside for ball one. Mulva has pitched in 11 games, has a 3-0 record with a .207 batting average against, but in those 11 games, never made a start. So there's a hit to right field. That will drop for a base hit in front of the right fielder in Zerfus, as the first batter and Andrew Kim will get aboard. So Williams will be the next to grab a bat. Williams traveled to Pierre with his college teammate and Joey Bramante. However, Bramante heading back home. Heading back home after the All-Star break. Runner goes on a bunt laid down. Heading over to second base, and out at second base will be Andrew Kim. So a fielder's choice for Richie Williams. So it'll now bring up Jacob Griffin with one away. We'll wait on the first pitch. Dribbled over to the left side in a weird spot, and that one will land into the glove of Walden, the left fielder. Pioneers showing the Trappers how it's done on a ball in a tough spot. So Jacob Griffin out on the play will be out number 2. As it will now bring up Brendan Perez, the first baseman who made 2 putouts in the previous inning defensively, but we'll now get to see what he can do with a bat in his hands. At a Point University, had a great series in Spearfish, going 4 for 6. Had 2 for 3 games in the 2-game series in which the Trappers got swept by the Sasquatch, as that first pitch will miss for a ball. So to recap this bottom of the first inning so far, Andrew Kim with a leadoff single as that pitch will get away. Taking off for second base is Richie Williams. So on the pass ball, Richie Williams will advance to second base, but Kim with the leadoff single was then out on a fielder's choice, hit into by Richie Williams. Then a fly out to left field by Jacob Griffin. Get us to where we are now with a 2-0 count on a big swing and a miss by Perez for the first strike of the at-bat. 2 balls, 1 strike. Elsewhere in the Expedition League, top of the third from Hastings, Fremont and Hastings tied at 1. And finally, in the top of the first inning, the Sabre Dogs not playing around with the Whiskey Jacks. 2-1, big swing and a miss by Perez will put the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's already 4-0 Sabre Dogs in the top of the first over Wheat City. Two away, Perez facing a 2-2 count, 1 runner on at second base. The pitch from Mulva, high pop fly into center field. Ponder racing back towards the wall. This one could get out of here, and indeed it does. A wall scraper for Brendan Perez, and the Trappers will get on the board themselves. So Perez will launch his 5th home run of the season. It is now 3-2. It looked like a routine fly ball with the wind blowing out to center field. That one just kept going, and Ponder ran out of room. So Perez will be greeted back into the dugout off the home run, makes it 3-2. Still in favor of the Pioneers, but the Trappers have made this game so much closer. And so after a home run is given up, the person you want to see least next up is Colin Adams, who leads the team in home runs with 7. However, worth mentioning that he does not have a home run since the All-Star break. So the first pitch to Adams will be called a strike. No balls, 1 strike. To Colin Adams on an inning in which it looked like the Trappers would have to settle for nothing on a foul ball for strike number 2. Instead, Brendan Perez uses the power of Mother Nature, using the wind blowing out to right center field to help it escape the wall. Oh, 0-2 pitch will run high and tight for ball 1. And typically in warmer climates on a high pop fly, this one's in a tough spot in the shallow center field. And dropping that ball will be the shortstop in Mazzaferro. It was a tough spot. It landed in his glove. It was bobbled. So it will be officially ruled as a base hit for Colin Adams. A ball in a weird spot will now bring up Cole Yancey. Yancey, the shortstop today, first pitch swinging as that's a hit to center field. But the right fielder in Zerfus will reach up to make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Trappers get a couple more off a big 2-run home run by Brendan Perez, Perez launches his 5th of the year. Both teams put up multi-run innings in the first. It's the Pioneers 3 and the Trappers 2. Will be back for the top of the second with Rutz, Nanez, and Smelko due up for the Pioneers. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn.
So back here for the top of the second inning as Kellen Rutz will lead things off out of Yakima Valley Community College, batting .250 on the year with 11 RBIs. So we'll wait on the first pitch. On a ground ball hit over to the second baseman, Weston picks it up, fires onto first base in time for the out. A good play for Spencer Weston for the first out of the inning. So it'll now bring up Antonio Nanez out of San Francisco State. Has one of the lower batting averages on the team with a 167 average. He's the 9-hole batter today as the first pitch will be fouled off for the first strike of the at-bat. Rutz, the leadoff batter, grounding out to the second baseman and Weston to lead off the inning. Wind up and deal on a pitch that will catch the outside part of the plate for strike number 2. By the way, last inning when Jake English hit his base hit, and the first base hit for the Pioneers, the 0-2 pitch will skip low in the dirt. Luckily, nobody on for the Trappers as that one rolls behind the catcher and Reinhardt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It was the first base hit by a visiting team in 9 innings after the last home game for the Trappers more than 9 games ago was a no-hitter against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. 1-2 pitch will go high and inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A 2-2. 1 away. Lopez looking for his first strikeout as a ground ball will be hit over to the second baseman. That will get through into center field for a base hit. So Nanez will get aboard via the single. A 1-out base hit will bring up the top of the order for the Pioneers. Smelko becomes the new batter. He flew out to center field in his last at-bat. Smelko playing in the same conference as a lot of his teammates, but on the other side. Pitch will run inside for ball 1. A lot of players for the Pioneers playing for Gonzaga University. Smelko the opposite way, playing for the St. Mary's Gales. 1 away with a 1-0 count, top of the second inning. 3-2 Pioneers in front. Pickoff attempt back to first base, but back in. No! Tagged out on the play by Brennan Perez. Nanez will have something to say about it, but will have to walk back to the dugout with no case. A good pickoff by Adrian Lopez will go for the second out of the inning. Count will remain 1-0 to Eric Smelko as this could turn into a 1-2-3 inning. Pitch from Lopez. High kick and deal on a running bunt, taking a play from softball for a strike. Typically, in collegiate softball, you'll see slap hitters starting to run out of the box when they make contact with the baseball, or the softball, excuse me. Smelko drawing some inspiration as that pitch will go high and pop out of the glove of Reinhardt. 2 balls, 1 strike. So a 2-1 count, 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the second. Trappers will have the bottom of the order due up in the bottom half of this inning. 2-1, slapped into high center field. Kim racing after it, will reach up on the run towards the warning track to make the catch for the third out of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Still 3-2 Pioneers. Trappers will have a good chance to come back in this ballgame to tie it or maybe take the lead when we come back.
Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a loyalty club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266.
Bottom of the second inning, bottom of the order for the Trappers due up. Has the Trappers trail by just a run after a big 2-run shot by Brendan Perez. His 5th of the season gave the Trappers a 1-run deficit, cutting into the big 3-run Pioneer lead that they took in the top of the first inning. So due up for the Trappers will be Garrett Hill out of North Dakota State. Has been heating up recently, batting over 300, has a .310 batting average. Did struggle a tad in Spearfish, batting 200 against the Sasquatch in their most recent trip to Black Hills Energy Stadium. First pitch swinging over to the second baseman. Diving at it is Rutz. Rutz will fire onto first in time for the out. So with that, Brock Reinhardt will be the next to grab a bat. Off the 4-3 ground out by Garrett Hill. A good play by Rutz to fire it onto Simrot. Hayden Mulva in his first start of the year, now in his second inning of work. Spencer Weston in his home debut is due up and in the on-deck circle. First pitch called a strike. Weston joined the team in Butte, Montana for their series against the Tommyknockers. This is his first full day in the city of Pierre, South Dakota. 0-1 on a grounder right back to Mulva. Mulva will take a short jog, firing onto first base on a underhanded flip. A 1-3 ground out for Brock Reinhardt will now bring up Spencer Weston. Weston making his home debut out of Western Oregon University. Has had a decent start to his season, batting .308 on the year. Had a much better series in Butte than he did in Spearfish, going 2 for 7 against the Sasquatch. That game between the Sasquatch and Sunfish, by the way, now underway in the top of the first. First pitch swinging on a foul ball back into the screen. It'll take a while for Weston to get accustomed to his new home ballpark, as he'll only have 2 days to play before the Trappers hit the road yet again. Trappers do finish their season with 6 consecutive home games. 0-1 pitch will be called a strike on the outside part of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. So an 0-2 count. Wind up and fire on a pitch that goes low. Count will go to 1-2. So 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Bases are empty. On a pitch that misses, ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. (102 degrees at first pitch. That has cooled by 5 degrees already, now at 97 degrees and sunny here from Pierre. 2-2, wind up and fire on a pitch that will miss low. Count goes full, 3-2. So now a full count against Spencer Weston from Hayden Mulva. Mulva in his starting debut, he's had 11 appearances this season for the Pioneers. In his 12th appearance, will be making his first start as a rocket will be hit to right field, as that will drop just an inch foul. So a foul ball will keep the count full. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes as Weston will take the slow jog back into the batter's box, receiving his bat from the home plate umpire in Matt Beaver. Pioneers 3 and the Trappers 2. Wind up by Mulva, kick and fire, and a big swing and a miss. Getting a piece of it as it rolls into the glove of English for the strikeout. End of the second inning. Both teams go scoreless in their second frame. Weston strikes out swinging for the first strikeout by either side today. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Trappers. 2 up for the Pioneers, the 2-3-4, Zerfus, English, and Walden.
The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you. When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
Back for the top of the third, as it will be Alex Zerfus leading things off. So the 1-2 in Smelko and Zerfus, arch collegiate rivals, as a pop fly hit into foul territory down the right field line that will drop. No play on the ball for strike number 1. Zerfus attending Gonzaga University in Spokane, Washington. While Smelko, the top of the order for the Pioneers, attending St. Mary's in California. 0-1 high kick and fire, and a pop fly in foul territory will head well out of play, back more towards us, landing just to the right of the press box. So the count will go to 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes. to the leadoff batter of the third in the right fielder Zerfus. That pitch will miss for ball one, a ball and 2 strikes. Currently in day 6 of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Although the year is 2021, still branded as the 2020 Games. Pitch will miss high for ball 2. Currently 3 events taking place that involve American athletes as a ground ball will be hit to the second baseman, and Weston will fire onto first in time for the first out of the inning. So that will bring up the 3-hole batter after the 4-3 ground out in Jake English. English singled and later came around to score off the John Simrot 2 RBI double. At the 3 events currently taking place involving Americans, 4 events now, are the first round of the men's golf competition as a pitch will miss for ball 1. The qualifications in 25-meter pistol women's, qualification in trap shooting women, day 2 of those qualifications, and trap men currently underway, all involving American athletes. Pitch will miss for ball 2. And currently in the total medal standings, the Americans have the most medals of any country with 29. 2-0 will miss as well for ball 3. However, they do not have the most gold medals. That belongs to the host nation in Japan. Japan carrying 11 golds. The United States tied with China for second with 10 gold medals each. Pitch will be a strike for a 3-1 count with 1 away here in the top of the third. That will miss slow, and that will go for a 5-pitch walk to Jake English, and the first walk given up by either team today. So Walden, the Gonzaga product, had a .333 series against the Sunfish, going 3 for 9. That improved his batting average heading into Pierre to .285. Walton had an RBI single in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 1 today. Runner at first base, Perez will accept the sign. And the first pitch will run inside. Fouled back to the third base side. And a fan in the third base seats making a play on it will go home with a souvenir. No balls, 1 strike. All 3 runs for the Pioneers and both runs for the Trappers, all coming in inning number 1 of today's ballgame. Lopez will kick and fire and a pitch outside for ball strike 2. Mixing up my words. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first base is Jake English after a 5-pitch walk. Alex Zerfus led off the inning with a ground out to second base. Perez holding English on at first. The 0-2 from Lopez lifted into right field as that will drop for a base hit in front of Griffin. Rounding second and now heading for third base will be Jake English. The throw in will be cut off, as it will be a base hit for JT Walden. He's 2 for 2 today with Jake English getting all the way to third. So Mazzaferro, the next to grab a bat for the Pios. Went 3 for 7 in the series against Sioux Falls. That improved his batting average to a .347. First pitch will miss high for ball 1. Nothing much else is going on in the Expedition League right now. A lot of scoreless ball games. Either that or no scores have changed too much. As there's a pop fly into center field. It's a deep fly ball. Kim racing after it will dive. That will drop for a base hit. In to score is English. Walden will head home. The throw will be cut off by the shortstop in Yancey, as that's a 2 RBI double by Jared Mazzaferro. That will push the lead back up to 3, as it's now 5-2. So Simrot, who had the 2 RBI double in the previous inning, will look to trade places with Jared Mazzaferro. First pitch swung on and missed for strike number 1 and 0-1 count. With one away here in the top of the third, Western Nebraska 5 and Pierre 2. Exiting the All-Star break, a lot of players leaving for the Trappers, including the last starting pitcher. Runner takes off for third on a pitch that's called a strike. Throw down is in time, a stolen base, as well as the strike called, so the count will move to 0-2 with 2 outs now in the inning. Bases will be empty as Mazzaferro caught stealing third. So now it will be an 0-2 count. The Trappers a strike away from getting out of it as a high pop fly into foul territory after it's Hill. The third baseman will reach up and make the catch for the third out of the inning, and we'll have to leave it there. It's amazing how quickly things can change in an inning. A stolen base and a pop out in foul territory to the third baseman will end the inning. 2 runs score, however, for the Pioneers, both of them earned against Adrian Lopez off 2 base hits. No errors committed by the Trappers. Nobody left on base for the Pios as well. We'll head to the bottom of the third, top of the order due up. Kim, Williams, and Griffin when we come back.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food. Dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Back for the bottom of the third inning, top of the Trappers order due up with Andrew Kim, the Illinois product, leading things off. So Kim leads things off. It will be then Williams and Griffin also due up. This combined part of the batting order, 1 for 3 today with the lone base hit belonging to Andrew Kim. Waits on the first pitch that will run well inside for ball number 1. Another pitch will miss low as Kim works himself ahead in the count on the first 2 pitches from Mulva, 2 balls and no strikes. On a chopper down the first baseline for strike number 1, 2 balls and 1 strike. So that one will roll back out onto the field of play, taking a weird angle on some of the fencing. The count will be 2-1. Time called by the home plate umpire and Matt Beaver. Waiting for the first baseman in Simrot, who chased after the ball, to get back into position. Two one, chopped over, and that one will get through into center field. Andrew Kim with his second base hit of the ball game. He's now 2 for 2 with a leadoff base hit here in the bottom of the third. So a runner at first base, and Andrew Kim will bring up Richie Williams. Williams reached on a fielder's choice on a bunt that was laid down, trying for a sacrifice bunt that would have moved Kim over to second base. However, things did not work out for the Trappers the way they had hoped. Instead, the play was made by Mulva to get Kim out at second base. Mulva check back over at first. Will dip his head down, accepting the sign as the first pitch will miss high for ball one. Pios coming off a 2-game series sweep against the Sioux Falls Sunfish at Caris Park in the first and only meeting between the Pios and the Sunfish this season. A 2-game set from Caris Park is all the division rivals will see against each other. 1-0, big swing and a miss by Williams as the count will go even to a ball and a strike. Pickoff attempt back to first base. Back in safely is Andrew Kim. Count will remain 1-1. Mulva will dip his head, accepting the sign yet again. Another foul ball by Williams will run the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Another check over at first base, keeping his eye on the leadoff batter and Andrew Kim. Mulva fires on a ground ball that will get through to right field. A base hit for Richie Williams, taking off for third base as Kim. The throw into third will not be in time, and in there standing up is Andrew Kim. Base hit by Richie Williams. Back-to-back base hits will put runners at the corners, with Kim taking 2 bags on the play. In a big spot here, looking for a couple of RBIs, is Jacob Griffin. Griffin played in 1 game here at Hyde Stadium before the All-Star break. It was the no-hitter by Fisher Rausch. Since then, a 3-day All-Star break for Jacob Griffin got him acquainted in the city of Pierre before taking off to Butte and Spearfish on that road trip as a fly ball hit to left field. That drops for a base hit. In to score is Andrew Kim. Williams will advance to second base. It's now 5-3 off the RBI single by Jacob Griffin. So an RBI single for Griffin advances Williams over to second base. In to score is Andrew Kim. The Trappers still trail by a score of 5-3 behind the Western Nebraska Pioneers, as Brennan Perez, who homered in his last at-bat, will look for a 2-home run night as a pitch will run inside for the first ball. Wind is again blowing out to right center field, a little bit less than it was in his first at-bat. 1-0, high pop fly behind home plate will roll well out of play for the first strike of the at-bat. A ball and a strike. Runners at first and second, Griffin at first, Williams at second for Brendan Perez. Tying run is at first base here in the bottom of inning number 3. Check over at second base, the 1-1 will miss low, seemingly outside as well for ball 2. High pop-up behind home plate. Second foul ball for Perez, nearly the same location as the first one, as well as that count will run to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Mulva, the typical reliever, not sure what his leash is in his first start of the season. 2-2 fouled off yet again. Perez working himself back into this count and battling against starting pitcher Hayden Mulva. Two. High pop fly, heading to deep center field towards the warning track. That one will stay in the yard, but tagging up and heading for third is Richie Williams. The throw into third will not be in time. The throw into second will not either. A very risky play by Jacob Griffin will pay off, tagging up from first to second. You typically don't see that often because of how risky it is to be thrown out. But Perez's fly out to center field will advance Griffin to second base, and Richie Williams to third. One away will bring up Colin Adams. Adams with a good chance for an RBI. Anything into the outfield likely scores Williams from third. Mulva's first pitch to Adams will hit Adams in the shoulder. So basically the same as an intentional walk, as Adams had no intention of swinging the bat, and it will get him aboard. So instead it will bring up Yancey, 10 RBIs on the year, looking for at least number 11. Time will be called as the Pioneers will have a mound visit. With Cole Yancey coming up to the plate, bases are loaded with one away. So a conversation on the mound as the coaches have dissipated. It's now just the infield talking with Mulva, trying to get out of a tough spot with the bases loaded and one away against the Trappers. It's just English and Mulva now on the mound, as he'll be left on his own on the mound. Mulva waiting for the infield to get back into their respective positions. As he toes the rubber once more, it will be Cole Yancey taking the at-bat. Bases are loaded for the Trappers with one away. Cole Yancey with an excellent chance for at least one RBI. Does not have a home run on the year, as a pitch will be fouled back for strike one. The Trappers on the other side have not hit a grand slam as a team this entire season. Maybe time for a couple of firsts. Oh, one pitch from Mulva on the way to Yancey. That one will skip in the dirt. A good block by English will keep the runners where they are. 1 ball, 1 strike with the bases juiced full of Trappers. Adams at first, Griffin at second, and Williams at third. One away here in the bottom of the third with Cole Yancey taking the at-bat. Check over at third. Look back at second, and now the 1-1 pitch from Mulva. That skips in the dirt. Another excellent block by English to keep the runners at bay. 2 balls, 1 strike, as that one skipped well in front of home plate. A 2-1 count. Yancey needs to look for a pitch that he can hit. That one was not as it goes low and away. Kicking up some chalk from the left-handed batter's box as the count will run to 3 balls and 1 strike. Pios 5 and the Trappers 3. Tying run now standing at second base. 3-1 pitch will miss low, and that will walk home a run. So Yancey draws the bases loaded walk. It's the first walk surrendered by Mulva today. It will advance Colin Adams over to second base, gets Jacob Griffin to third, and Richie Williams comes home to score. Bases will remain loaded for Garrett Hill with just one away. Hill led off the second inning with a ground out to second base. Now has a good chance to tie the ball game up at 5, as that walk drove in the 4th run of the ball game. So it's Garrett Hill against Hayden Mulva. First pitch will be called a strike right at the knees for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Oh, 1 will miss well low and outside. Again, kicking that same spot of the inside chalk of the left-handed batter's box. 1-1, a look over at third. Mulva fires on a pitch that will catch the strike zone. Looked a bit low. Count will go to 1-2, as now Hill will have to protect. One, two. That one will miss low for ball number 2. That evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trappers down by a run. They've tied the Pioneers' run total in this frame. Pios put up 2 in the top half of the 3rd. Trappers have put up 2 in the bottom half of the 3rd, and they hope that it's not just 2. 2-2 will kick low in the dirt. English is doing an amazing job of keeping that ball within that round section of clay that surrounds home plate. Payoff pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back on a pitch that looked like it was high and tight. 3 balls, 2 strikes will remain the count to Garrett Hill with the bases loaded full of Trappers. Yancey at first base, Adams at second, and Griffin at third. Payoff pitch on the way. A look over at second base before the pitch on a ground ball that will get through it into center field. Into score is Jacob Griffin. Colin Adams will get the red light. Caught between second and third is now Yancey, who will retreat back safely to second base. The Trappers have tied the ball game at 5 apiece off the RBI single by Garrett Hill. Bases remain loaded as the Trappers play station to station, as it will bring up Brock Reinhardt. Advancing to second base is Cole Yancey. Getting to third is Colin Adams, with Jacob Griffin coming in to score. First pitch, big swing and a miss for the first strike of the at-bat. Trappers have now tied the ball game at 5. 3 runs for the Pios in the first, 3 runs for the Trappers in the third, 2 runs for the Trappers in the first, 2 runs for the Pios in the third. Making an X formation between the first and the third in amount of runs scored, as the second pitch of the at-bat will be called a strike. An 0-2 count will run to the catcher and Brock Reinhardt, with Spencer Weston standing on deck. 0-2 will go high and outside. Reinhardt will take the first ball of the at-bat, a ball and 2 strikes. One, 2 on the way, a check swing low, a peel down. Shoemaker says no swing, as the count will go to 2-2. Pios have looked like they've lost some energy in their dugout after allowing a 3 spot here in the third to the Trappers that have tied the ball game at 5 apiece. Two on the way. On a high drive hit to right center field. That one's going to drop for a base hit. That will be extra bases at one hops off the wall. Adams in to score. Right behind is Yancey. Garrett Hill will stop at third. It's a 2 RBI double for Brock Reinhardt. So Yancey and Adams both score. The Trappers have now taken the lead in a high-scoring game so far. As that will be the day for Hayden Mulva. One away, as it will be a new pitcher for the Pioneers. We'll get you caught up on his statistics when we come back. Still only one away here in the bottom of the third. An early call to the bullpen for the Pios.
Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn.
Back for the bottom of the third, a pitching change coming for the Western Nebraska Pioneers, as it will be number 26 and Jaden Tomas out of Yakima Valley Community College. Has pitched in 8 games for the Pios this season. No starts, has pitched in 9 innings, allowed 6 walks, 3 strikeouts, has a .349 batting average against with a 13 ERA and an 0-1 record in his last start against the Fremont Moo. Back on July 23rd, pitched 2 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, walking 1 and striking out 1. So Tomas will step on the mound with 1 away. Here in the bottom of the third, it will be Spencer Weston, the 9th batter of the inning, up to bat with runners now at second and third. The first time the bases haven't been loaded since Colin Adams stepped up to the plate. So Jaden Tomas will take the mound in place of Hayden Mulva. Mulva will leave 2 runners that he's responsible for Tomas. As it will now bring up the bottom of the order in Spencer Weston. Weston going to look for a few more RBIs in his first 6 games with the Trappers, has collected 4. Corner infield will come in. On the slight shift on Spencer Weston, the first pitch from Tomas will be taken high for a ball. But if you're watching the YouTube stream, you can see the clear difference between first and third, and then the second baseman and the shortstop corner infield playing close to that infield grass. Ball and no strikes, 1 away here in the bottom of the third. Trappers have taken the lead with a 5-run third inning. Pitch will run well inside for ball 2. So a 2-0 count. Runners at second and third. Reinhardt at second, Hill at third. Reinhardt the last batter with a 2 RBI double that gave Trappers the lead. 2-0 pitch will be taken for a strike inside. Very fast call by Matt Beaver. So it's now 7-5. Pierre in front. It's a 2-1 chopped over to the third baseman. Picking it up is Nanez. Nanez will fire onto first base in time for the out. So 2 away off the 5-3. As Weston will be the second batter retired this inning. Andrew Kim back to the top of the order. The Trappers have now batted around as Kim led off this inning with a single and gave the pace, I should say, for the remainder of the inning, as the Trappers have scored 5 in this inning so far, with the potential for more. First pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Update from the Expedition League scoreboard. Bottom of the 4th inning as the Badlands Big Sticks lead the Mining City Tommyknockers 2-0. Also a 2-0 score from Mike Lansing Field as the Spuds lead the Horseheads 2-0. Spuds have been looking hot so far. 0-1 grounded right back to Tomas. Tomas will fire onto first base. In time for the out, so Tomas comes in to face 2 batters. Forces 2 groundouts, 1 to third and 1 back to the pitcher. 5 runs score. All of them will be earned against Hayden Mulva. Off 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 base hits for the Trappers. No errors committed by the Pioneers. 2 runners left on base for the Trappers. It's now 7-5 at the end of the 3rd inning. We'll be back for the top of the 4th with Ponder, Rutz, and Nanez due up.
Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Back here for the top of inning number 4 as the Trappers took the lead in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Pioneers will look to respond as leading things off will be the 7-hole batter in John Ponder. The Georgia State Panther fouled out to the first baseman. That ended the 1st inning, got 2 innings off, and will grab a bat again here in inning number 4. First pitch will be called a strike for strike number 1. Lopez returns to the mound for his 4th inning of work. He has now outlasted the starting pitcher for the Pioneers in Hayden Mulva. Before we went away at the end of the 3rd inning, I was giving updates from around the Expedition League scoreboard. 2-0 scores between the Big Sticks over the Tommyknockers as a foul ball will head back towards the Pioneer dugout. It's a 2-0 game also between the Spuds and the Horseheads. The Fremont Moo have exploded for 6 more runs since the last time we checked in with them. They now lead the Sodbusters 7-1 here in the top of the 5th. 1-2 pitch to Lopez will miss outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Sioux Falls Sunfish and Spearfish Sasquatch having an offensive showcase. Bottom of the second, Sunfish 7 and the Sasquatch 4. 2-2 will miss outside as the count will run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Finally, from Grand Forks, the Sabre Dogs lead the Whiskey Jacks 6-3, bottom of the 5th in Kraft Field. Payoff pitch on the way. On a line drive straight to the shortstop, speared by Cole Yancey for the first out of the inning. A line out to the shortstop will go for out number 1. It now brings up Rutz out of Yakima Valley Community College. And what a better mascot for Yakima Valley than the Yakima Valley Yaks. First pitch will be called a strike on the inside part of the plate for strike number 1. Oh, 1 pitch will be taken high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Bases are empty for the 8-hole batter in Kellen Rutz. Bottom of the order was due up today, or due up this inning for the Pioneers. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. Rutz was looking to send that one into the deep outfield. It was a healthy cut as the wind now blowing directly out to center field. There have been some days here at Hyde Stadium where the center field flag was not showing anything as a big swing and a miss for the strikeout. First strikeout from either side today. First strikeout for the Trappers today, as there's 1 strikeout on the side for the Pioneers. So 2 outs will bring up the 9-hole batter, and Antonio Nanez, the San Francisco State talent, will take the first pitch low for ball 1. 2 away in the frame. Pitch fouled off will even the count to a ball and a strike, but a 1-1 count, 2 away, and nobody on here in the top of the 4th. Trappers lead 7-5 over the Western Nebraska Pioneers, the first half champions in the Clark Division. 1-1 pitch will miss low for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 away in the top of the 4th. Lopez takes a long look inside to Brock Reinhardt, his catcher. The 2-1 on the way will miss low for ball 3. That one kicks up some chalk from the batter's box as it will scroll back behind the screen into the spectators behind home plate. (3-1) misses high and inside, and a 2-out walk will potentially start a 2-out rally for Western Nebraska. Second walk surrendered by Lopez today. So Smelko will become the new batter. If Smelko were to extend the inning even further, Alex Zerfis now stands on deck. Tying run is at the plate for the Pioneers with a runner at first base. Pioneers trail by 2, 7-5 as a pitch will catch the inside part of the plate for strike number 1. Oh, 1 pickoff attempt. 1 has been successful so far today. This one will not be successful, an 0-1 count. So 0-1 on the pitch. A ground ball heading over to the second baseman as Weston will fire on to second base, only needing one out in the inning. Either way, it will go as a fielder's choice for Eric Smelko. Nanez out between first and second base off the fielder's choice. No runs this inning off no hits, no errors, and one runner left on base for the Pioneers. Middle of the fourth inning, it is 7-5. Trappers in front. We'll be back for the bottom half of the fourth with Williams, Griffin, and Perez due up.
Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a loyalty club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266.
Bottom of the fourth inning is Jaden Tomas returned to the mound. It's the 2-3-4 after a big inning for the Trappers in the previous frame that brought up 10 batters. Tomas came in and slammed the door on the Trappers' big inning, facing two batters, and Weston and Kim getting both of them out on groundouts to the third baseman and back to the pitcher. For Hayden Mulva, he ends up finishing his day with 2 1/3 innings pitched, allowing 5 hits, 7 runs. All of them were earned against Mulva's line. He only walked one batter, striking out one as well. So Tomas will pitch here in the bottom of the fourth, as the Trappers will look to add some insurance here in the bottom of the fourth inning and extend their lead on the Pioneers even further. So leading things off will be the 2-hole batter in Richie Williams, a Maine Black Bear. Mentioned earlier that he traveled here with his college teammate Joey Bramante. However, Bramante leaving at the All-Star break. First pitch will miss low, drops out of the glove of English. Nothing on the base path, so not a threat. 1 ball, no strikes after the first pitch misses. 1 ball off the first pitch of the inning from Tomas. Kick and fire on a pitch that will bounce off of home plate for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Although Major League Baseball, the only professional sport currently in action of the Big Four, is a big swing and a miss for strike number 1. Typically doesn't get attention in the middle of the month. However, with the trade deadline coming up this Friday on July 30th, a ground ball in foul territory down the first baseline for strike 2. A lot more attention is coming on the major leagues. So a 2-2 count, but more attention coming to the major leagues, as the pitch will miss outside, as more blockbuster trades start to be made. Big trade today involving the New York Yankees, as a fly ball down the right field line will hook foul. Count remains 3-2. Power hitter and home run derby participant Joey Gallo will have to pack his bags from Arlington, Texas, to go to the Bronx. The New York Yankees acquiring Joey Gallo from the Texas Rangers as a swing and a miss by Richie Williams will go for a strikeout for the first out of the inning. So with one away after the strikeout to Richie Williams, it will bring up Jacob Griffin. So Griffin steps in with nobody on and one away. In exchange for Joey Gallo, the Texas Rangers will acquire some assets from the New York Yankees, as well as the first pitch swung on and missed for strike one. Right-handed pitcher Glenn Otto, second baseman Ezekiel Duran, the shortstop Josh Smith, and second baseman outfielder Trevor Halver, all going to the Texas Rangers. Most prospects is a high fly ball hit to deep right field that will one hop off the wall for Jacob Griffin. Griffin will pull into second base with a stand-up double with one away in the inning. So Griffin, that will make him 2 for 3 today, a couple legs shy of the cycle with a single and a double on his line. So now with a runner in scoring position and one away, it will bring up Brendan Perez. Perez 1 for 2 today with a 2-run home run in the first. Flew out to center field in the third. Was the lone batter to get out in the third inning against pitcher Hayden Mulva. Check back over at second base by Tomas. Pitch will run high and inside for ball one. Also a couple more trades today. One more involving the New York Yankees. The New York Yankees, a trade with the Cincinnati Reds, giving up Luis Cessa and Justin Wilson. 1-0 will be fouled back for strike one. The New York Yankees will acquire a player to be named later from the Cincinnati Reds. Finally, a 1-for-1 trade between the Oakland Athletics and the Miami Marlins. Oakland acquiring outfielder Starling Marte. The Marlins acquiring left-handed pitcher Jesus Luzardo. 1-1, 1 out. Runner at second base, bottom of the fourth. Trappers lead by 2. Time will be called just as Tomas was starting to step off the mound. Blockbuster trades expected to be a little bit later, closer to the deadline, as a fly ball hit to right field. Tough spot, backing up and dropping the ball is the center fielder. Taking off for third is Jacob Griffin, and the right fielder in Zerfus just started backing up. It went farther than he thought with that wind blowing out to center field, as that will be the first error of the ball game. On an error by the right fielder in Alex Zerfus, Brendan Perez will reach on the E9. Runners will be at second and third for Colin Adams. So the first pitch to Colin Adams with 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch will be called a strike low, so an 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, big swing and a miss for strike number 2. Oh, 2 after a big swing by Adams. Sacrifice still in effect with only 1 away in the inning. 0-2 pitch on its way from Tomas. Big swing and a miss for strike number 3, as Adams will have to take the jog back to the dugout. So that's the second strikeout for Tomas on his day. Cole Yancey, 0 for 1, walked and flew out to right in his previous 2 plate appearances. A wind up and pitch, fly ball hit to center field in a tough spot, as that one will be over the head of the center fielder Ponder. In to score is both Griffin and Perez. It's a 2 RBI double for Cole Yancey. As the Trappers add another 2 to their score, it's now 9-5. So a 2 RBI double for Cole Yancey will be the 10th base hit of the ballgame for the Trappers. Tough play for Ponder in center field as it just went over his head. That wind has really been helping the Trappers tonight. Now 9-5 in favor of Pierre. The first pitch from Tomas to Garrett Hill will be called a strike for strike number 1. Oh, 1 pitch to the third baseman and Hill. A check back over at second base before the pitch by Tomas will be dribbled down the third baseline in foul territory for strike 2. Runs have now scored in 3 of the 4 Trappers' offensive innings. So an 0-2 count to Garrett Hill. Wind up and deal on a foul ball right back towards the Pioneers dugout. That was a line drive that hit off a top concrete bar supporting the top of the dugout. The Pioneers lucky that one wasn't a little bit lower, and that could have seriously injured a member of the Pioneers. Luckily, that did not enter the Pioneers dugout, but just came extremely close. Additionally, lucky it hit where it did, because a little higher it will roll into a grass berm where a bunch of kids are playing. 0-2, high pop fly towards left field. This could be a tough play. Diving and coming up with it is the left fielder in Walden. So Hill will fly out to left field, but not before 2 runs come across to score. One of them will be earned against Jaden Tomas off 2 base hits, 1 error by the Pioneers. Trappers leave 1 member on base. 2 more runs come across as the Trappers now lead 9-5 heading to the 5th inning.
The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you. When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top-quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.